football and hockey were kind of keeping away from bad things as in getting into fights, drugs and stuff, alcohol. I dropped out from BSc first year because again,
didn't enjoy it.
I did not. This is my father said, you remember I told you, my father said if you start wrestling, the focus would be shifted. मतलब पूरा इतना shift हो जाएगा, you'll forget studies. So we used to watch videos from YouTube, like how to give triangle, arm bar, and then we used to do that on the Pune University ground in the mud itself. There are a lot of dislikes.
Just one.
Fighters pay issue.
Also, I see you wearing the LA Lakers jersey a lot in different tournaments and even while you're in your gym.
It's just because Colgate was in front.
Okay.
We never did any toothbrush shopping or stuff like that. My mom used to go out and then bring my toothpaste. Same. So default brand is Colgate.
Hi everyone, welcome to the MADtherapy Sessions Podcast. In today's 12th episode, we have Gaurav Diaz. Gaurav is the wrestling and the head coach of P-Town West MMA gym in Pune. So Gaurav, what's your connection with 39 on the road?
Alright, so basically I've been living in that place 39 on the road since my childhood. I was 6 months old.
Okay.
My father shifted from Satara to Pune.
Okay.
And in Pune, he shifted in 39 on the road. It's a place near Khadki area.
Okay.
You might be familiar with that. Since it's a military area. So he shifted in 39 on the road.
Around 25 years back.
Yes, 25 years back. And now it's been 25 years I live in that place. And that place has taught me a lot. Lot in terms of like how to be present yourself, how to be on the streets. Like overall how to just present myself and just carry forward the whatever the thing is.
So staying so close to the army cantonment area, I mean, any specific thing you want to talk about that? I mean, any memories or...
I mean, when I used to go to school, we used to go from the army hospital.
Okay.
So we have to cross that thing. Then I used to see army guys so disciplined. Sometimes in the morning, I used to go with my friends to the school by my bicycle. Then I used to see those guys running, jogging every early morning around 6:30 a.m. Early morning. So yeah, I mean that place was good, and it taught me again a lot.
So
in terms of discipline, how to be good, how to
But no, what I wanted to ask you is did that affect you? Did it because you were seeing army people at a daily basis? Did you ever want to join the army because of that, or?
I mean, no. I never ever thought of joining the army.
Okay.
But I mean, those people were fascinating, army guys.
The discipline they have.
The discipline, the stuff. And since I made few, I was friends with them as well. So they used to behave like they were good to us.
They were like family.
They used to not exactly family, but they used to let us pass through the cantonment board. School
which was otherwise restricted.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
It was restricted, and they used to say, "School kaise chal raha hai? How's the studies?" So yeah, it was good memory, and it lasted from I was in 6th standard. 6th standard tak school mein bus se hi jane ka, and then from 6th I started going by bicycle with my friends, and then from 6th till 10th standard. I knew the same guy, the same watchman guy. He used to let me pass every day, me and my friends, and so yeah, it was good memories. वो खड़किंग कैंटोनमेंट एरिया के.
So then how did you get into MMA?
So now that's a big story.
Okay.
Eventually,
I would love to know that.
Yeah. So I started with football. I was pretty much crazy about football. I started playing football early around in 6th standard, 5th standard.
Okay.
At that time. And since I was living in Khadki area, on the road area, hockey and football are the two most famous sports over there. We've got Dhanraj Pillai from Khadki. And after he was retired, he used to play for Khadkians. There's a PDFA division club. He used to play for Khadkians. And then all these guys, they had nothing. as you can see recently, the Jhund movie has released.
Yeah.
So Jhund ka shooting, it happened in University of Pune, our football ground.
Okay.
It was destroyed. The ground was like destroyed for the shooting area. But then again, most of the kids were from my 39 Round Road area who were in the
Part of the movie crew?
Part of the movie crew.
Okay.
A lot of my friends, they gave auditions as well. Yeah, so this is how the culture was. Like football was our only hope back then.
Yeah.
In 39, football, hockey. So these was football and hockey were kind of keeping away from bad things as in getting into fights, drugs and stuff, alcohol and all those stuff. So this was the thing which was keeping us away from being like bad guys.
So how did you venture into MMA then?
Yeah, now MMA. Then later on, at my village, we have this fairs every year. So one time, I was interested in wrestling back then, but then my father is like, no, if you start doing wrestling, your whole focus from study would be like pura shift ho jayega. And, the focus would be like totally on wrestling since it's a sport which demands a lot,
and it's a brutal sport.
Brutal sport again. So it demands a lot. So he said, don't go as of now. And he was again, I couldn't afford I won't be able to afford your food and stuff like that. But eventually, again, when I was in 9th and 10th standard, I went to my place, and that was the first time where the wrestling matches were kind of held on a very big level.
Okay.
So the cash winning prize for the final bout.
So that was wrestling, right?
Yeah, wrestling only. In our जसे आपले जत्रा असतात
like akhadas
type.
Understood.
So I used to watch akhadas, but that was the first time when I was in 10th standard. 10th standard. It was the first time it was held on a very big level. And big level, the guys who were fighting in the final bout, they were getting paid 2 lakhs rupees. 2 lakh rupees, one guy. And the loser was getting paid 1 lakh rupees.
At that time.
So total cash prize was like 3 lakhs.
Okay.
The winner ke liye 2 lakhs and loser gets 1 lakh. Plus they get silver gada as a souvenir as well. And when the guy won, he was given so much respect by my villagers.
Yeah.
They put him on the shoulders. They started walking circles. And then there were so praises for him.
That fascinated you?
That fascinated me. So I came back. I told I want to start wrestling. I want to start because now since I'm playing football since a long time, I want to be professional in football.
True.
But somewhere down the line, in my 39 on the road, there weren't any coaches. All things we were doing it on our own.
Okay.
Going for trials and stuff. But again, we were falling down shots on the trials. Jaise ki PFC hua at that time. Pune FC was there.
Yeah.
DSK Shivajins was there. So we were kind of falling short because we didn't have coaches and stuff.
Yeah.
So I thought, okay, maybe it's time to focus from football, from a sport like team sport
to
individual sport.
Yeah.
Like that. And then later on, my father told, okay, but only on one condition: if you study good, then I'll put you to wrestling.
Okay.
It's like, yeah, okay, I will do that.
Okay.
And then he put me into Gulshe Talib. It's behind Dagdu Shet Temple in Pune itself. So then I started traveling there after my school. I used to go there at 4 to 6. I used to train and I used to come back again. I used to go by bus. It was somewhere around 13-14 kilometers from my place. I used to go by bus. I used to come back. And my coaches were very good. Since I had football background, at that time, my conditioning level was good. So I directly I went into the wrestling and I was like fit ho gaya main wahan pe. And then the coaches were good with me and stuff like that. And then I started doing wrestling. I did not started like MMA directly. So after wrestling, then I started playing akhadas. The fear was there, but eventually the coaches helped me.
Yeah.
Sonu Bhau, Bhushan Dada, everyone helped me. And then later on, when I joined college, I was in first year. I dropped out from BSc first year because again
You didn't enjoy it?
I did not. This is my father said. You remember I told you. My father said if you start wrestling, the focus would be shifted. मतलब पूरा इतना shift हो जाएगा, you'll forget studies.
Understood. Yeah.
And this is what happened. I was like totally interested in sports.
Yeah.
If I want to do something, I'll do it in sports, or else
But
I won't.
was your family okay with it?
Kind of.
Okay.
I mean, unless and until I was away from bad stuff, since I was living in that rough area.
Yeah.
I was away from bad stuff. I was doing my own things in sports. Yeah, they were good, even though I wasn't earning. Yeah, वो time पे तो earning का it was okay-ish. But then yeah, they were like not angry as well and not.
Because if you have family support, I mean that's one. It just makes it easy for you to follow your passion.
Yeah, I understand. So support me as in they never said कि don't do this.
Okay.
Like जो करना है वो करो, but just don't do any bad things.
Okay.
Bad stuff as in you know how these things goes in areas like this, some areas. So yeah, they were pretty much good, and then I was doing good in wrestling as well.
So you left BSc and then you started doing
wrestling only.
Yeah.
So BSc, I mean, I was admitted into the college for BSc, but I never used to go to the college. I used to go. Morning in the college, I used to do wrestling. I used to stay there, come back, and again go at 4 and again do wrestling. So this was my full-time thing. And I had no idea when my exams are there. I had no idea when I have to fill the exam form to give an exam. Since it's like that in college, right? I thought if you get admission in college, you just get admission in college and you have to like exam ko jo jana hai.
Yeah.
I had no idea we have to fill exam forms and stuff. So exam form nahi bhara, then I got dropped out from BSc, and then later I switched to arts. I started doing psychology, where I met my buddy James, and then he was a boxer. He had boxing background. I had wrestling background, and he was a very good boxer. So eventually and at that particular time frame, Ronda Rousey was kind of getting famous. 2015, 2014.
Yeah.
Even Conor McGregor was coming up. His fight with Jose Aldo, and then we thought, okay, this is something different. Why can't we do this?
Right.
और वो टाइम पे इंडिया में SFL के seasons भी चल रहे थे.
Right.
And SFL all over it was on the national television, and say, okay, let's do this. But back then we had no idea where to train MMA. Okay. So we used to watch videos from YouTube, like how to give triangle, armbar, and then we used to do that on the Pune University ground in the mud itself. I still have those videos where James and I used to spar on the concrete.
Okay.
He gave me armbar, I escaped, then again ground and pound. So we used to do like this. And then later on, again, I found a club in Pune 2018 mein, Lions MMA, and then I went there. They appointed me as a coach, wrestling coach, James as a boxing coach. We went there to train MMA, but actually the coach he had absolutely no idea about what MMA is. Just business ke liye usne nikala.
Yeah.
He put us as a wrestling and boxing coach. And then later on, he never taught us anything. Everything we did it on our own. And then later on, we kicked him out, both together, and then we took over the club.
But you found a place where you could do that.
Where we could do that. I mean, place as in a place with mats and place with punching bags. I mean, if not for that place, then we would have got something else. Yeah. But that place basically gave us everything, like what MMA is, kaise rehta hai, kaise nahi. The place, not the people around. But yeah, eventually we managed to figure it out on our own. What is MMA? What all requires for MMA? And then I did fought some fights, 2 fights. And then later on, again my knee injury. I blasted my knee. Knee ka injury pehle tha since wrestling.
Yeah.
So this is how my MMA journey has been.
So how did that turn into a P-Town gym? I mean, how did that come up?
Oh, so then at first we were Lions MMA, and then I was like, no, I want to do something new, just like American Top Team, Jackson Wink MMA, like these kind of names. My own patent. There were a lot of Lions gyms in all around the world, and I hated like that name, Lions MMA. So we came up with a poll. All my team members, we came up with a poll. We figured out 2 final names, Gorilla MMA and then P-Town West MMA. P-Town was my suggestion, and Gorilla was like all...
so you all just had 2 names?
2 names. It was Sai's suggestion.
Okay.
So to have that name, Gorilla and P-Town. And then we had a vote on Instagram, and P-Town won by 1 vote.
On Instagram?
On Instagram.
Okay.
Like just with few people. So even if P-Town would have lost, I still would have kept P-Town because वो मैंने final कर लिया था. So that.
Oh, I remember because I think you put it as a story.
Story.
Even I
yes.
think I had put on P-Town because that sounded more like the East and the West Coast.
East and the West Coast.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted.
Yeah.
And I was very much into the East Coast, West Coast rap. So chalo, why not keep it where P-Town West MMA? So why P-Town West MMA? P as in Pune.
Okay.
Pune town. West. Maharashtra is in West. And in Maharashtra, Pune is in West again, and then P-Town West MMA.
Makes sense, yeah.
Yeah. And again, the logo which I designed, it had Shaniwar Wada, it had hills, and orange color.
I think Shivaji Maharaj also.
Shivaji Maharaj is there as well. So yeah, this is how the traditional cultural thing, I brought that into the logo, plus some modern things.
So how has been your support of your family all along your journey now?
I started making money. They're like, do whatever you want.
Okay.
But eventually, money ke pehle bhi they gave me a lot of support. Lot of support as in, I just remember one incident ki my father said don't play football and he threw my kit bag away. That was way back in 8th or 9th standard. Yeah, apart from that, I remember no incident where they told me ki ye mat kar, wo mat kar. It's like, do whatever you want, just please don't go into the wrong path.
But were you okay with transitioning from football to MMA, because football is something which you've played all your early years of your life?
Yes.
So it must be having an emotional connect with football, right?
I did. I still have now, but it's like abhi I'm okay with it.
Okay.
I'm okay with it. I'm like at peace with it. It's okay. What if I'm not playing football?
Fair enough.
Yes, sir.
So what's one thing, one like and dislike about Indian MMA?
Indian MMA. There are a lot of dislikes.
Just one. I mean, which comes on top of your head?
The fighters pay issue. The most important thing is fighters pay issue. Now, I'll elaborate on this.
I mean, after winning a tournament or just on a regular basis?
After winning a tournament, after winning any single bout, fighters pay issue. I mean, they are not even paying. I mean,
what do you think we can do about that? I mean,
see, you guys sponsored me for my tournament, Ultimate Grappling Championship. I did it on my own terms. I understand we had 32 guys tournament. They paid me some money, and eventually I gave them 20,000 for the winner. This is what like athletes expect.
So no, but what's the solution? Like getting in more sponsors, or
get in more sponsors. You guys are like getting almost 2 lakhs from the fighters itself. Can't you give at least 50,000 to each fighters? I mean,
fair enough. Yeah.
कुछ तो दे सकते हैं, right? I mean, there are sponsors. You guys can get good numbers. But the thing is, they don't want to give money. So obviously, फिर उनके पास money रह के भी नहीं देंगे, right? Is that what त्यांनी ठरवलंय? You don't want to give money. That's it. So you come, you pay us the money. आने जाने का, you manage your things, stay, food, whatever, accommodation. If you fight, you get a, और वो record भी आपके नाम पे लगता है या नहीं, again that's a big thing. That's again, there's no assurance of that thing. Because
probably, I think it's because we don't have a unified body, or like, I mean, from an outsider's perspective, from my perspective, because there's so many associations, so many things, people get confused with, like, I mean, that's what I feel.
That's what I'm saying. So I have a very good solution for this. Don't play in these organizations. See, any which ways, what happens? There are multiple organizations. Now I'm not going to name anyone. So one of my fighter goes in an organization. He wins gold medal.
Okay.
He has won.
Yeah.
After that, what? He played 3 matches. He did not got a single penny. After those 3 matches, what? Yeah, after those 3 matches, he has to pay some amount of money, somewhere between 1.50 to 2 lakhs rupees, to go outside and again represent India. Yeah, he goes. Let's say if he wins the tournament, what next? What next?
Yeah.
Who has the answer? There are abhi national tournaments. At least there are 5 to 10 national champions happening every year. और हर एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन 2 नेशनल चैंपियनशिप्स ऑर्गेनाइज करता है
बराबर.
एंड देन हर साल नए चैंपियंस आते हैं. वेयर आर दोस चैंपियंस गोइंग? Who is getting paid?
So you're saying we need to have a league where all the champions fight?
No. We fighters should be smart enough. Now, when I say smart enough, don't play in India right now. go. Get your contact with managers. I understand it is hard since most of the fighters they don't have records. तो record build करने के लिए जाना पड़ता है वहाँ पे. Like even if they don't pay, we have to go and fight in those organizations. Okay, make your record 5 to 7 8 matches.
बराबर.
Amateurs.
बराबर.
Okay, and get a contact with a manager.
Okay.
Talk to them, figure out some things, and then instead of giving money to these organizations in India, which will let you play international matches, instead of that, go play a amateur match or a pro match
Outside.
where you will get paid. Yes, outside.
Okay.
You will get paid. Okay. Now, one of my guy, he's gonna play a pro match.
Okay.
Okay. उसका 3-0 record है. He played in RCF. R2, like RCF, it's a tournament in Russia. He played it way back then, and he has good contacts with managers and stuff. So most of them managers saying just starting के लिए आपको पैसा भरना पड़ेगा, like just for the traveling thing. But eventually, if you fight, we will get you money. We will make sure you are getting paid. So this is how the scenario is. Or else, fighters should again like go into such organizations which will make sure eventually they'll let you play in the pros and make you get paid. For example, there's ACS.
Yeah.
अभी किसी का मतलब I'm not praising anyone, but they are kind of actually doing it.
Yeah.
Amateur Contender Series. It's happening in Delhi. Yeah. Again, there's one organization which is doing those matches. So in Amateur Contender Series, obviously you pay and then you have to pay and play, and then if you perform well, you get chance in MFN, which is right now known as UFC of India. Yeah. So at least, yeah, they are doing this stuff, but rest all organizations, I don't see anyone doing this stuff.
And we don't even have a belt system, like like for example, UFC One Championship, they have belt system, like like for an athlete, they want to win that division ka belt.
Okay.
I mean, that's what I think. We don't have a belt system in India, right?
It won't make sense even if we have a belt, because in the end, fighters are getting paid? No. So, matlab kya hi?
It all boils down to fighters getting paid.
Yes, that's right. It. And how will fighter gets paid? Like there's supposed to be a good organization, good platform. People come to watch the fights, ticket revenue, spectators, pay-per-view money, and then this is how the fighters are going to get paid. Dhire, I understand it will take some time, but I feel these guys are making at least 2 to 3 lakhs per tournament. Can't you pay even 10,000, 15,000?
Yeah. To your best fighter.
At least 20,000, 30,000 for each category. And plus they get some sponsors ka money as well. They have a lot of support, but eventually fighter is getting paid like 3,000, 1,500. Isse kya hoga? Right? I organized my tournament. It was very hard for me, but eventually I ended up paying 20,000 from my pocket to the winner. I'm fine with it. It's okay. But then at least we did something.
At least people know you, know your gym, know Pune, and now I think they're looking forward to second part of your tournament right now.
Yes, and I'm on it.
I was going to ask you that, when is UFC 2 happening?
So it's going to be happen soon. Just few things. I'm sorting some few things with our sponsors.
Okay.
See, last time I paid out from my own pocket. This time I don't want to do it because let's make it bigger. So jaise aur sare sponsors aate hain, then we'll make sure the fighter pay is good. Yeah. There'll be 2-3 brackets. So this is how
different divisions,
different weight categories. Divisions, okay. Pro, amateur, girls. So let's see how it goes.
So that's one huge dislike about Indian MMA. What's one thing which you love about Indian MMA?
What do I love about Indian MMA? I mean...
Yeah, not MMA, Indian MMA, the Indian scene.
The Indian scene. I love... Ashwin Hoon is in Indian MMA scene. I love everything about him. That's it. Everything about Ashwin Hoon. You know him, you've met him.
Yeah.
So I feel he's a core part of Indian MMA. Ashwin Hoon and his team.
He's an integral part of it.
Yes. Like they are the top guys in country. I look forward to them, how they train. And yeah, they are my inspiration and stuff.
I agree. Yes. I completely agree with you on that. And what's the Pune scene like? I mean,
Pune scene.
You have been a part of it since the inception of it.
Yes. So I started back then in 2018.
Okay.
I mean, actually coming into the scene. And since then, it's going good so far. We've
A lot of interesting fighters coming up.
Yeah,
Pune?
we've got upcoming fighters. From my gym, we've got some around 6 fighters. And we've got boxers, kickboxers, Muay Thai guys.
Yeah.
And actually, as I said, they have won national golds and stuff. But that again doesn't make sense. Doesn't make any sense. It's just a medal hanging on the wall. That's it. But hopefully in future, I will make sure that these guys are getting paid. And hopefully we can settle in the culture.
Yeah.
That's it.
Also, I see you wearing the LA Lakers jersey a lot. In different tournaments and even while you're in your gym. So why is that?
So mostly on some special occasions, I do wear this jersey.
Okay. Is it a lucky one or
not exactly a lucky one? So this thing was gifted by our client, by one of our client, and Sudhir Reddy. He gifted this to me and my buddy James. And so that's why it's like very closer to me, since I have
it has an
emotional connection with James. And so yeah, that's why on special occasions, like let's say today is fight night, right? After this podcast, I'll be going to my fight night, cornering 4 of my fighters. So yeah, that's why I wear this. I feel like James is with me again there, and yeah, this is how I corner them then. So that's only on special occasions.
Okay, that's great. What's your vision for P-Town Gym? Where do you want to take it?
So the first important thing is about jiu-jitsu, BJJ for kids.
Okay.
So I'm seeing in my Pune area a lot of guys. There are karate dojos. I mean, nothing against karate.
Yeah.
But I've went there. I've seen there are like thousands, hundreds of guys training in one area, and it's like there's no accountability. Koi kuch kar raha hai, and like they're not teaching it in a proper way.
Yeah.
So what I want to do is I want to take the BJJ scene, jiu-jitsu. I want to start with some good kid programs for P-Town MMA. I want to start with good judo programs.
Yeah. You've already started judo, right?
Yeah, we do have judo.
Yeah.
And again, I want to take it on a bigger level. So different martial arts. I just don't want to stick to MMA. I want to do BJJ. BJJ is at first. Then comes boxing. Then Muay Thai, judo. I want to make sure there are separate coaches for all this stuff. And the most important vision for P-Town is P-Town will give athletes fights, not in India, across all over the country. If the fighters are good enough, P-Town will make sure they are getting paid. And yeah, this is kind of the vision. Just like ATT, big teams, like American top team, they they scout fighters. They take care of them, food, nutrition, and stuff like that, and then they send them to fights.
Yeah.
This is how the right now the vision is.
Also, whoever is handling your social media page, like your WhatsApp and Instagram, needs a raise, because your handle is one of the most active pages on Instagram.
I need a raise then, definitely.
Yeah, I'm sure. Like you need to ask one, because honestly, I mean, every day you go on Instagram or WhatsApp, your stories are out there.
Okay.
So I mean, that's great, because there are gyms out there who I know, and I mean, our associations, and they're not posting anything. They post once in a blue moon, and that won't help. But for you,
for in terms of business,
exactly.
I mean, I'm open to everything,
and even awareness. Like you know, when you see people like I say, I saw your judo programs happening. So there will come a point where people will get influenced. So that's
this is what the thing is. But in upcoming April scene, I'll be promoting jiu-jitsu only, and I'll make sure there are like at least 50 number of kids in the gym training jiu-jitsu. Kids aged from 5 to 12, jiu-jitsu only. So I'll make sure that.
My favorite question: what's your favorite oral healthcare brand?
All right.
I mean, any specific you use?
So to be honest, like eventually we started with Colgate, everyone.
Okay.
And then Colgate was there as a favorite brand.
Any reason, like, or it's because you're using?
It's just because Colgate was in front.
Okay.
Like we never did any toothbrush shopping or stuff like that. My mom used to go out and then bring my toothpaste.
Same.
So default brand is Colgate.
Colgate, yeah.
But then eventually Oral-B started coming in the market. We started seeing advertisements and stuff. And now favorite brand is Oral-B.
Okay.
They've got this black charcoal thing. It's
Okay. Have you like do you use it like often?
Yeah, obviously I use those black charcoal to.
Do you think it makes a difference, like personally? Do you
Yeah,
think so?
it does make a difference since I get a lot of like while doing jiu-jitsu, there's a lot of squeezing and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, Oral-B, it takes good health of my oral care. Oral-B.
That's nice. One question which I forgot to ask you is, who's your favorite MMA fighter?
Favorite MMA fighter? I mean, to be named, there are a lot of.
Anyone. I mean, whoever comes to your mind when you say your favorite MMA fighter.
So there's one coach. He always says, "Never idol worship."
Okay.
So like to be honest, there's no as a particular guy where I can
Or
look
any
forward
or
to.
any fighter whose fighting style you love, or grappling style, or anything which you love about. Which inspires you? Come on, because there are guys out there whose work ethic you like, and like I think I need to do something.
I do like Adesanya's work.
Okay.
Israel Adesanya, and then there are few guys. I can't name them right now, but yeah, Adesanya, City Kickboxing. These guys, they are doing very good, and not in like just physical terms, but they are way ahead mentally in the game, way ahead than the regular guys. I mean, when a lot of guys they train MMA, boxing, or anything, they look it's hands, it's punches, it's kicks. No, it's more than that. It's not just punches and kicks. It's not just every day hitting the bag, every day hitting the pads. It's more than to that. So yeah, City Kickboxing guys are good. Adesanya is good. So yeah, I do admire Israel Adesanya.
Any particular brand of fight, like any favorite fight gear company which you love, whose products you love to use?
I've been using Xpeed a lot right now.
Okay.
It's an Indian brand. So,
Any reason why you love that?
It's comfortable.
Okay.
It's comfortable. I purchased boxing gloves from them for my club, boxing bags. So yeah, the products are good, and they do give me a good discount. So thank you Xpeed, and shout out to Xpeed.
Anyone? So there are a lot of people who will watch your podcast and who would want to join jiu-jitsu or get into MMA. What would your advice be for them?
Okay, so if you want to get in jiu-jitsu, there are a lot of gyms, like around 95% of the gyms in India, they will directly put you onto rolling and stuff like that. Okay, so before joining a gym, make sure they have a good curriculum about jiu-jitsu, good jiu-jitsu program, and go ahead, join it. You can take trial classes.
Exactly. How do you decide
So,
whether their programs are good enough?
Okay, so see, first of all, I'd suggest when you go to a gym, make sure they have something good to that will introduce you to jiu-jitsu.
Okay.
Not directly on the first day. They're gonna most of them will teach you arm bars or rear naked chokes immediately, but ऐसे fundamental चीजें नहीं सिखाएंगे.
Yeah.
Because in the end, fundamentals is what matters.
Yeah.
So they will directly put you with the big guys. They will let you roll with them. If that's happening, no, get out of the gym. Don't stay there. So eventually, when you go into a gym, like if you want to go specific for jiu-jitsu, make sure when you go into the first jiu-jitsu class, check whether they are letting you do a lot of fundamental exercises, solo drills, some shrimping, making sure you understand what jiu-jitsu stands for, what jiu-jitsu is. And in terms of boxing, when you go there, make sure they're not letting you punch on the bag immediately, or letting you do some partner drills on the first day itself or the first week itself, or letting you spar on the first week itself. Because most of the gym, they do it like that. And if a club is teaching you how to step forward, step back, step left, right, which is very boring, then stick to that gym. Because in the end, boring drills is what matters. When you repeat those boring drills, तभी जाके कुछ सेंस बनता है. नहीं तो if you can go, there are a lot of gyms, big names, multifits and stuff, where they will just teach you 1-2 punches on the bag, and then you throw 2 punches, you gotta run, sprint, do burpees and come again and do punches on the bag, and then people end up thinking it's MMA.
So if it's a little boring, it means it's good.
Yeah, again, kind of depends what the kind of because boring. Why I say boring? Because there are basics. We have to drill it again and again and again. Imagine doing step forward, step back for the whole class.
Yeah.
and then in the
I mean,
next
I
class,
would be bored, but
but then it's fundamentals, right?
Yeah.
So you have to make sure the foundations are good. If the foundations are not good, then probably you won't be learning it in a proper way. I say. So imagine doing step forward, step back, step left, step right in the first class, and in the next class, step forward 1, step forward 1. Like 1 is basically the jab punch.
Yeah.
So if the program is like that, then stick to the gym. Same goes with kickboxing, and most of the gyms, they won't immediately teach you wrestling. They'll just stick to the jiu-jitsu boxing program.
And if there are athletes out there who want to make jiu-jitsu or wrestling a career, what would your advice be for them then? Like they want to get it, they want to do professional. I mean, they want to make it a career.
If you want to make a professional career in jiu-jitsu,
like you said, one is because they need to understand there's not big money involved right now.
Yes, absolutely.
But if they stick to it, probably later down the line, you might earn.
Yeah, you might earn by opening your own academies and stuff. Not competitively in India as of now. But then again, if you want to make a career out of it, go to Ashwin. Go to Ashwin sir. Go to Combat Laboratory.
Yeah.
They are the best guys in India. After that, IJJ is there. And we are trying to come up in the leagues as well, P-Town. But sab unki dua hai. Ashwin Hoon and team. Again, Mohit sir as well.
Yeah. So, last question is, what's next for Gaurav?
Right now, next for me...
Like professionally, your P-Town, personally, anything what you want to say. So what's next for you in 2022?
I'm stuck in a very big thing right now. So as I you could sense, I never wanted to be the coach, but eventually I ended up being the coach. Always wanted to be the fighter.
Yeah.
But now the thing is, at my club, all this stuff happened. So I became the coach, and then guys were there. They trusted me. They looked as me as their coach. Like
not just a coach, like a big brother.
Yeah, like a big brother, big friend, like trusted friend, trustworthy friend.
Part of the family.
Even Omkar, Arya, Harshil, Nagesh, all these guys, Atharva as well. So there are a lot of guys, Saurabh as well. Even they though are like very good in their own specific combats. Like Saurabh is very good in kickboxing. Harshil is a judo ka black belt. They still come at the same roof, trust me, and tell them to lead let me lead the team and stuff. So sometimes it kinds of, no, I don't want to do this, but just for the sake of boys, okay, abhi main nahi rahega to fir kya rahega, right? Eventually I had to be the coach of P-Town.
Because I remember I did a podcast with Jitendra Khare, and your comment was there.
Yes, my comment was
so
there.
I was like, I need to ask Gaurav about this. Like, why you don't want to be a coach?
See, I'm 25. I'll be turning 25 eventually. Now,
it's a good thing. I mean, you're as young as 25 and already a coach for so many young talent out there.
I know, but it's so hard. See, I am 25. Most of them are 26, 27. Most of them are 22, 21. I want to be the friends, but I cannot.
Yeah.
On the mats, I can't.
Yeah.
Because I have to be brutal on the mats. And then sometimes if they are most of the times they are undisciplined. So, bar unko gali dena, like, just come on, get your shit together and then start working. So sometimes I feel, no, this is not what I want to do. Even now when I was in wrestling, I used to look forward to like त्यांना मी हे म्हणतो आबा मामा आमचे coaches होते. So we used to look at them. We used to take inspiration from them. If we did something wrong in the wrestling, they were there to shout at me. But abhi P-Town में होता कैसे? No one is there to take my shout at me. I am accountable for my own things. And somewhere down the line, if I start being accountable for my own things, then I tend to forget about these guys. So I did a lot of sacrifices, just to be there for the guys, and like to train them, coach them, spend all my time studying films and studying abhi kya session prep, kya lena hai, kaise lena hai, all this stuff.
It's a full-time thing.
It's a full-time thing.
People don't realize. Like,
they don't
you sleep, eat.
Yes. It's a full-time thing. I mean, like I go in the morning, take some sessions, then again I do my thoda sa own training. Since I have a very bad injury, I don't train at all. Like there's a lot of body pain, so I don't train right now. So instead of training physical, I just keep training my mind. So I don't know what's next for me, where it will take me. hopefully I do my surgery soon. I'll start coming back. At least if not MMA, I'll start doing wrestling back again. Because I love doing wrestling. I've done more than 60 fights wrestling mein, akhade mein. I've won a lot of them. But yeah, somewhere down the line.
That's one thing where I think Maharashtra can take a lead, because we have a huge,
Trust me.
a very rich history of
yes,
that.
Rich,
People, when they say wrestling, they always associate North India. But you go in the rural areas, you go to tier 2, tier 3 towns.
No.
I mean, it's a part of our culture.
Guys are killers. Trust me, from my own gym, I know. Now this is the level. This is the level. When I come out of my talim and come in P-Town, okay, nobody can wrestle with me. But then when I go back to my talim, everyone smashes me.
Yeah.
So this is what the level is. Insane level. And then if these guys, they decide to come in MMA, then yeah, it will be a good thing for them. But then again,
but you can be a source. I mean, you can be a person who can bring them.
There are already 3 guys from my wrestling academy who wants to do MMA, and I've told them this is how it will be. You have to take it from scratch, everything, be it MMA wrestling, be it boxing. You have to learn all these things, and then you have to go forward, carry forward.
Something what the Dagestani athletes are doing. I mean, every athlete is like a killer out there, like just getting from the mountains. So you can get them from our mountains, like
we do have mountain like guys from our mountains.
Exactly.
We have Omkar from the Sahyadris.
Yeah.
Again, he lives in mountains.
From the Bhorghat, yes.
Bhorghat. He has a very rich culture.
True.
Matlab, you are familiar with Jede?
I know, that's
Jede family. Yeah. So
I'm from Raigad. So like the Raigad fort is in like 20 minutes from my hometown.
Yes. So he's directly a descendant of like
I read about the history. Jede Sardar. Yeah.
Jede Sardar, Sarnaik Jede. So he's a direct descendant to them. So he again has this history coming from the mountains. He's doing good.
Yeah.
Again, we've got few guys. So let's see how it goes. Today, 4 of them are fighting. Let's see how it goes.
So we'll be waiting out for your UFC 2 announcement soon.
UGC 2.
UGC 2.
Yeah, UGC 2.
Soon.
Yeah. Most probably at the end of April. I'll announce it because see, there's a lot of thing on me.
Because your UGC 1 happened at a very
28 Feb.
COVID right time exactly like, and uske baad break ho gaya.
COVID
still
finished.
Remember that tournament and
yes. Yes. COVID finished and then we did the UGC and then again there was a COVID break. And then things started. So this is how it's going. Again, the UGC was in August, but then had to postpone because there were no sponsor interested. So I did a small scale tournament in my club itself. And again in future, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start a small scale tournament. Recently, I did it the other day, P-Town Invitational. I mean 2 weeks.
Only
before.
Your fighters.
Only my fighters. So what I'm gonna do is, I'll take fighters who are interested in Jiu-Jitsu only, not MMA. They'll come. They'll do one single Jiu-Jitsu match, and whoever wins will get paid around 1,000 rupees to 5,000 rupees, at least for a start. One Jiu-Jitsu match, and then eventually, if I get more sponsors, just for one match. Okay, 1 to 5,000. And there'll be like around 6 guys on the card. Last time we did the tournament, the total payout for 8 fighters was somewhere around 5,800 rupees. Total payout. Though it's a very less amount. Gradually we'll start increasing that thing. And we'll just make a culture like how is it in the American countries, Brazilian side, European sides.
Yeah.
Where guys, they at least get something. So then even the motivation is there.
And even I saw like you have a lot of European and coaches like I mean coming to a P-Town gym. I mean
European coaches?
No, I mean you had put out you had a session with I think it was going to happen in March.
Yeah, so it was with I guess Ashwin sir's Mike Merrill.
Okay.
Yeah, so Ashwin Ashwin sir is affiliated with Mike Merrill, and because of Ashwin sir, we're gonna host a jiu-jitsu seminar at our place as well. So he's
that's one interesting thing to get in a lot of more people from outside.
Yes. That's what I'm thinking, to bring in more people from outside to train with them and do our stuff again.
Because once they start getting exposure as to what is out there, that's very important.
Because outside, to be honest, it's a whole different level. Because guys, they do in a day 4 to 5 sessions, MMA guys, and then like training approach to training is very different.
Yeah.
Like it's way too different than what we train over here, and I'm trying to go to that level. Let's see how it goes.
Awesome. Thank you, Gaurav, for taking out time
Thank you so
during
much,
your
Doctor.
fight night as a coach
Yes.
and for this podcast. Before we leave you, also waiting for your podcast to start soon.
Sure.
I'm putting it out there on call because
I'll be starting that soon.
I'm going to put pressure on you to start a podcast now that you have committed on camera.
Yes.
That is starting on podcast soon.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Hopefully next time when I come, you won't be addressing me as a coach. Most probably a fighter or something. Yeah, because that's
I look
the
forward
goal.
to that. Thank you, Gaurav.
Yes, thank you
See
so
soon.
much. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. It was good.
Done. Thank you.
Yes.
I'll stop it.